hard to capture, extravagant, resurrect the track and it's militant. And I react like a convict and start killing. It's manifested. The gods work like appliances, dealing in my sacred life.
Yo, what up everybody, it's your boy Naruto Explained here, bringing you guys another discussion for Boruto Naruto Next Generations. And like always, if you're an anime only viewer, this is the time of the month where I am going to be talking about spoilers. So if you're still here, I'm going to assume that you guys are okay with me talking about spoilers. So I got to keep it real with you guys. I really got to keep it real with you guys. So I was going back and I was rereading this last chapter, and one thing that I think all of us agree upon is the fact that Ikimoto and Kodachi, they're setting this story up for something to happen with Sasuke. And you know, I've said for a couple of years now that at some point I do think that Sasuke is gonna die. I think that at some point the character is gonna die, and I think that when you get to a chapter like this where you have Sasuke saying that, hey, myself and Naruto, we're willing to lay our lives down at any given point if it comes for protecting the village. And I talked about earlier how I felt the best way for Sasuke to give his life would be to use the Rinne Rebirth Jutsu. However, while I do think that that is the best route, and I could say it's probably the likely route, however, I will say this much: I think that because of the overwhelming difference between Isshiki and Sasuke and Naruto, I think we have to consider the fact that Sasuke could indeed lose his life in battle. And I know that's gonna be something that a lot of people won't be happy with. However, I want to kind of paint a different picture for you guys, right? I want to paint a different picture for you. I think that if you do go this route, then this does provide an opportunity for us to have something we've never seen in the Boruto manga, and especially not in the anime, which is an opportunity to see Sasuke go 100% all out. Because I think that when people say, oh, Sasuke's out of chakra, you know, I do it for the jokes and for the memes, of course. However, when you look at the manga, I think a lot of people have missed the fact that Sasuke's never been at 100% in the manga. Even going back to the days of Naruto Gaiden, when Masashi Kishimoto ironically was the one who started the whole Sasuke's out of chakra thing, which was in Naruto Gaiden when Sasuke showed up and he fought against the Shin clone. Back then, a lot of people are saying, how is Sasuke having trouble with the Shin clone? Like, Sasuke should just kill him 100% outright. And it's because that Rinnegan Jutsu takes a lot of chakra, and it took Sasuke several hours in order to regain his chakra. He didn't get full access to his Rinnegan again until we got to, I believe, chapter 8 or chapter 9 of Naruto Gaiden. So the reason why I bring that up is, like, in the Boruto era, it's the same thing. And so when you look at this character Sasuke now, he's been healed by Sakura, and he's had a pretty substantial amount of time in order to have his Rinnegan powers reactivated. So now that you have Isshiki coming to Sasuke, I think people are missing the fact that this gives Sasuke a chance to fight at 100% full power. So essentially, if Isshiki's fighting, if Sasuke doesn't use that Rinnegan Jutsu to teleport himself and Naruto and Isshiki away, then he can fight at full strength. And given the situation, given what Amado said, I don't think that that's something that Sasuke's gonna do, because he knows that if he teleports them away, Isshiki will simply leave them and go straight to Kawaki. The further they are away from Kawaki, the easier they're making it for Isshiki to get his hands on Kawaki. So the battleground has to be Konoha, and it has to be in that Konoha area. So whether in the forest, whether it be in the old part of Konoha where the Hokage office is, or whether it be in the central business district, this is going to be interesting just to see how this goes. And what I would definitely like to see is potentially an area of Konoha sectioned off. They get the civilians and the citizens out there, and you really see Sasuke cut loose. I don't think you're going to see both characters fighting against Isshiki, but if you see them in a one-on-one setting and it's Sasuke trying to buy time, or Sasuke trying to set up a situation for Naruto to come into the battlefield and aid him, I definitely think that this could be something good right here, because essentially Sasuke has all the powers of the Rinnegan. He doesn't use them all, but he has all the basic Rinnegan jutsus. That's the Deva path, the Astra path, the human path, the animal path, the Preta path, and the Naraka path. So Sasuke has all those basic jutsu, and he certainly has enough chakra to be able to use them, because he's using even more advanced Rinnegan jutsu, like his ability to swap places with people and his ability to open up portals. If you're in a situation where Sasuke's fighting and he's not having to swap other people, he can just swap himself and continue to fight, Sasuke's actually going to end up using up less chakra, and because he's using less chakra, this gives us a better opportunity to see what Sasuke's really really worth. So we could see Sasuke using animal summoners, and we could see Sasuke potentially using the Preta path, which is the path that allows him to weaponize his body. So you could see lasers being shot, you could see sharp objects being used by Sasuke, like those blades and chainsaws. Like, this could be a great opportunity to see Sasuke really cut loose and potentially combine those abilities like he did using Blaze Release on top of some of the Rinnegan abilities. So I definitely think that this would be a good opportunity to see Sasuke fight in this manner. And if we get to the point where it's actually Sasuke dying, if we really get to this point, this gives you a great opportunity, because we as fans know that Isshiki's stronger. And if you have Sasuke dying to protect the village, I think that a lot of people will be okay with it. I think most of us would prefer it if Sasuke gave his life using Rinne Rebirth or something like that. But if we have a scenario where Sasuke is fighting to keep people from being destroyed by Isshiki, or if he's doing so to protect the actual village, Sasuke would be dying in the way that you've had other Hokages put their lives on the line for the village. We've seen this on more than one occasion. Even Naruto protected the village and allowed himself to get captured by Momoshiki. Like, this would give the opportunity for Sasuke, someone who wanted to be Hokage and someone who is viewed as being the shadow Hokage, an opportunity to truly fulfill that role. I think that this could be something beautiful if it's done right. I don't think it needs to be a scenario like with Jiraiya, where Jiraiya passes away and it's really, he has an opportunity to escape, but he needs to pass on vital intel. I would not be a fan of that if that's the way that Sasuke goes out. I don't think that that's the route we need to take, but I could see a scenario where when Sasuke goes out in his blaze of glory, when he goes out in that blaze of glory, that Sasuke's student Boruto is watching from a distance. I think that would be really good, because it gives you an opportunity to where Boruto is able to see Sasuke truly cut loose. Because you gotta remember, Boruto, when he saw Naruto, he didn't realize that his father was this strong. Now, he's heard stories of how strong his father was, and he's heard stories that Sasuke's the only person that can rival him, but he's never actually seen Sasuke go 100%. He only caught a small glance of what Sasuke and Naruto could do when they took on Momoshiki. When you include like the time travel arc, Boruto's never seen Sasuke go 100%. So I would like to see that scenario where Boruto truly sees a perfect Susanoo and he sees Sasuke struggling against Isshiki, but Sasuke's fighting until the bitter end because it's protecting the village. I think that having somebody like Boruto see it, and you see it through Boruto's eyes, and we as fans, because we know what Sasuke's truly capable of, I think that that can add a different layer to it. Now, as far as for the actual death, so like, I will say this, like, I personally would like to see Isshiki, when he kills Sasuke, if it comes to that, I'd like to see Isshiki take Sasuke's life by cutting his throat with Sasuke's own blade. I think that that would probably be the best way, because we know in the time skip that Boruto is wearing Sasuke's cloak. The anime made that abundantly clear, just on the fact that it's the same type of design that you got with Sasuke. The sword is the same design that you see Sasuke with. What better way for Boruto to avenge his master than to be wielding the same sword that killed him? I think that that would be pretty poetic right there. I think that that is something they could potentially do. However, I want to know from you guys, how do you guys feel about this potential possibility that Sasuke could die in this arc by fighting against Isshiki? Would you be okay with it if it meant that we saw Sasuke go 100%? Let me know down in the comment section below. But as always, guys, if you like anything I had to say, don't forget to comment, rate, subscribe, and share. Thank you so much for watching all the way to the end. Have an awesome day, guys.